She's not like Mariah Carey, but also like who had more longevity. I think you need to definitely think of it that way.
Beyonce or Mariah?
Beyonce has had.
What makes a great artist? Is it the longevity or is it the?
I think we got to get into it. I think we're
What
getting
makes a
into it.
great artist?
We're getting
Yeah,
right
what
into it.
makes a legend? What makes an artist? Because there's so many factors. There's too many variables.
Damn. The podcast
I mean,
started before the podcast started.
longevity, I guess, is a part of it. But like a great artist could have just one project. No?
I think. It's
Yeah.
debatable.
That's how
I think it's debatable.
like if you have a classic album, are you a great artist?
I don't
Just
know.
and that's your only album that was ever classic.
I don't know.
I think.
What are we talking about? Lauryn Hill? She only had one clap.
All right, but Lauryn Hill had like a long Fugees history, where she like proved herself with the Fugees.
We'll move it.
Like, does a one-hit wonder make you a great artist?
I don't know. Okay, let's introduce the. Let's like open up the pod and then we can get into those questions.
All right. I was just doing like the Joe Budden podcast. They start kind of before, and they lead into like.
All right, they do. I mean, we could
It's
leave
just
it.
like
in.
you just click conversating to start into it. It's just easier to do it like that.
That's true. We could do that now.
What's that guy's name? The artist you like?
The artist I
And
like.
I would do anything for love. And one night to hell and back.
Oh.
Is he a great artist?
Meatloaf.
Is Meatloaf a great artist for that song?
I think Meatloaf and the team that put that together are great.
That
And
song put
they, and
him
they
as a great
contributed
artist.
wonderful songs.
But, like,
But is he a great artist? I don't know.
it's so legendary though. It's like that you have to kind of be a great artist because you made something so legendary that nobody else could ever have made. It's like if Da Vinci, or DiCaprio only made Titanic, or Da Vinci only made the Mona Lisa. Like they're great artists
All right.
for that one piece of work.
All right. But then let me ask you this question. I personally think Shakespeare was a beast playwright, but there's a lot of people that now are going to be like, well, not really relevant. You know, some young people I've met are like, that doesn't interest me.
All right, but like,
He's
that's
great and he's had a lot of longevity. We still have Shakespeare in the Park. We still got motherfuckers reading this shit. The shit's fire.
But he's a legend because he put the groundwork
Right.
for everything that everyone's doing right now. So you have to give him credit for that.
You have to, but some
Right.
people be like fronting on my man. You know?
Shakespeare. What makes Shakespeare so great?
Like she said, he laid the groundwork for like a lot of movies. A lot of movies and a lot of books have like taken from his plays.
Did we need to read that in high school? Did we need Shakespeare?
I don't think we needed it in Shakespeare. I don't think we needed it in high school. I think it was good to like learn about it, but I think in college it was dope to read that shit because I could finally understand it. I did not really know what was going on in high school.
I'm being an asshole. Shakespeare, like
Shakespeare.
he was deep. He was deep. He said like he was just
Bro,
intricate.
he wrote like fucking 200 plays or some shit. This nigga's a beast. Like, let's talk about it. But what I'm
Was
trying
he
to
the
get
first
at,
rapper?
no,
Some of his lines is bars though.
I'm done.
Boil,
no.
boil, turtle in trouble, something, something.
Nah, he's not definitely
Like
not.
you
a
ever seen that
rapper.
Jimmy
Let's-
Neutron episode when they start rapping that?
No,
No, you don't remember that?
I remember Jimmy Neutron though. Yeah, he's fire.
I remember that episode and it's like doing the play and it's like boil, boil, turtle in trouble, running in a hard puffle. But he's rapping.
Nigga, that
Shakespeare's
shit is
rapping.
trash.
All right, it
not
was-
every Shakespeare
All
line
right,
is
but
fire.
who was rapping then? So he was the only rapper. That's
He
what I'm
wasn't
saying.
the only poet. Like, you gotta understand something.
I didn't say
Poetry
poet. I
is
said he's the only
old.
rapper.
Poets are the original rappers. Let's talk about it. Rhythm and poetry. That's what rap stands for. People don't know that.
So Homer was a rapper.
Yeah. And then again, like I know some of the poets in that time were writing a little differently. It's like, isn't like the Odyssey is a poem. It's an
Yeah.
epic poem, right?
Yeah, the
like
Iliad and the Odyssey.
very different from the poems that we know. Like, but it was an epic poem.
It was fire.
That shit was fire. I'll read
That
it
shit
again.
was crazy.
I only read it one time, but
You
I'll
think
read it
that
again.
actually happened? Everything in there?
It's possible.
Right.
Like there was a Cyclops that he had to fight, and
It's possible. And the goddess.
he disrespected the gods, so he had to
Yeah.
take a 10-year journey. All right, don't disrespect the gods.
I mean,
Or the winds of change will come
Yeah.
and steer you off the course. Welcome to the podcast.
Hello.
I'm the master of transitions. You
This
better,
motherfucker.
you
Man. I'm dead. Welcome to our second time listeners. I'm so happy to hear from you from the past into the future. You know what I'm saying? This is a beautiful thing. Welcome. I got so much shit to talk about. We got so much stuff to get into, guys. It's crazy. It's a lot. It's a lot. But it's beautiful. And as the world spins and turns, here we are.
Back
With
at
so
it
much
again.
to discuss. So much. And so much music came out today. We've been having a lot of talk about artistry today as well. What it
Did
means.
music come out today, or did so much sound come out today? There's a little bit of music that came out.
wow.
There's a lot of sound that came out today.
Wow, disrespect.
I'm not being disrespectful. I'm just saying,
But
It's true though.
like the
Let's
music.
get into it. I
There's
was
a
not.
couple
I
good
was not
songs.
really impressed.
It's a lot of sound that came out,
You know, and you know what's
but it's like every week.
Bro, I think Spotify just needs to do a better job of choosing the songs that they put on the New Music Friday playlist. If you're gonna go hard every Friday and have a New Music Friday playlist, go hard and really look for shit that came out.
Yeah, but they're not gonna do that because they get money to put those songs on New Music Friday.
that's what I'm saying. Like,
So then I'm not-
I imagine that they get like thousands and thousands of entries, and it's like to go through all of that.
It's just the industry paying for a slot there. Like, oh, yo, my artist came. This is why being signed to a
That's
label
it.
makes
It's not
sense.
like you could sign up and be like, Spotify, please put me on this playlist. I dropped a song on Friday. Them niggas do not give a fuck. They
But if I
do
hear
not
another
give a fuck.
closed hi hat in the whole song one more time, like just
Yo, yeah, we heard the same.
like every song has to have that. Like you could put some instruments in your song other than a hi hat.
Bro, we could play all them shits right now. There was a lot of songs that had a similar beat. Sign of the Times. I mean,
Shit don't
A lot of
change
s-
up no more.
a lot of songs sound the same. I'm not gonna say every song, but a lot of songs. There are some people pushing the envelope, and I see both sides. Let me get into this real quick. I see both sides. I can see why you would want to say, "Yo, this formula's working." We talked about it last time. The formula's working. This sound makes money. These type of records sell. I'm gonna have the bitches in the video. I'm gonna have this. I'm gonna have that. I'm gonna have this image. I'm gonna have everything ready, cause this is what works.
Right.
Okay, fine. That's the route that you want to take. Cool. But I really, really salute and I put the hats off to the artists that are like, that's nice. Good for you. I'm going to do my own thing over here and grow as a person and an artist simultaneously. As opposed to just growing your artistry and neglecting your persona and your soul and your fucking brain, which is what a lot of niggas do. And then they lose their mind in the industry. 'Cause it should be crazy. So, like, I really just, I salute people that are just doing it. Like, that J. Cole record, man. He's
Breath,
doing it.
a
Thank
breath
you.
of fresh air.
Thank you, J. Cole.
That album's gonna be fire.
I mean,
Wow.
but like, so like J. Cole, right? Let's take him for example. So you know how they say like all the mumble rappers and whatever, like they're blowing up. But for some reason, like the people that have like substance in their music are the biggest artists. Which like I don't understand. Like so Kendrick is one of the biggest artists in the world. J. Cole's one of the biggest artists in the world. Drake, for that matter, you know, he's one of the biggest artists in the world.
Yeah.
And they have like a meaning behind their songs. They're not like the other rappers. But like there's so much of the other rappers, but they're never gonna get to like a status of J. Cole or a Kendrick, like where they're selling out arenas and like get to that status. So like you could see like that music with substance still matters. But I guess we're like in a world where like it's easier to get on with the mumble rap, so people are just trying to get on but not be great
They're not thinking about long term.
long term.
you know what they say? They say if you don't like something, don't be good at it. So you might like this style of trendy rap for the moment, but do you really want to do it forever? Like, and it doesn't just happen in rap. It happens in a lot of different genres. Like, you know, Amy Winehouse was singing songs that she didn't want to sing no more because they were like, well, this is what sells. Instead of just letting her make some even more fire shit. It's like sometimes I think the labels or whatever forces are calling these shots are scared that, oh, that next project won't sell. Let's just stick to these are your hits. Just do your hits. Just perform your hits at every fucking concert 100 fucking times a year, 200 times a year. It's like, bro, let me make some new shit. Like, please. That's such a bad feeling. Like, I feel for her and any artist that's going through that right now. Somebody tell you you can't release that record. You can't sing like that. What?
I mean, I guess like the artists don't see like it hurting them. Like all their songs being the same, it makes it easy for the next artist to take your position. Like there's so many one-hit wonders now because like the sound is all the same. So like the next guy could do the same song. So the labels, what they're probably doing is just signing a person, give me that one song, thank you. I'm gonna go find the next person to give me that one song because it all sounds the same. Like I don't really need this guy to keep making music for me. Like the same person can make music off the street.
Yo, when I think about these situations and I think about the artists, is like I think, man, these labels are really taking artists that are coming from, such maybe low points in their lives. Yeah, they're talented, but they show a few G's in their face and they're like, okay, I'm with you. What do you want me to do?
Yeah, that's
I want to
sad.
take care of my mom. What do you want me to do?
Yup.
I want to buy a house. What do you want me to do? And that's really,
Yeah, and it's like
Exploitation.
I mean, like just looking at history, like that's cool for now, and they all probably like like whatever, we're good now. But all the artists that went through it back in the day are all suffering now.
And they're trying to teach the new generation.
Like what's that artist I told you about? She was really she's like one of the legends. She made like the Rapture of Love.
Oh my God!
The song you play for
Anita
Mecca.
Baker.
Anita
Baker is.
She's asking how to get money because she can't get money from her own masters.
This is a travesty.
Anita Baker can't get her money. You think anybody out now is gonna get their money?
Let's talk about it. But niggas be flashing all this.
They will never see
Extra
the Anita
shit.
Baker money. They're just all getting checks up front. So like y'all gonna just be worse than Anita Baker is now.
But aren't artists like Jay-Z and Kanye trying to like fight that, or is this just like all
I mean,
talk?
they were trying to fight it until Jay-Z went and had to go sell.
Yeah, I mean, Jay-Z just sold. We have that as a topic. Jay-Z officially sold Tidal. A big portion of it. I think Jay-Z still owns 20% and Jack Dorsey owns 80% or some shit like that.
So he sold it to Twitter, right?
Yeah, he sold it to Twitter's CEO, Jack Dorsey,
And Square
and Square.
I mean, it might be a move to still help the artist. We'll see.
I think so. Let's see what comes of it.
Tidal pays the best, right?
Tidal still pays more than any other
Tidal
other
pays
ones.
like the best for streaming.
So it is still good to have around.
They give the recognition out
Yeah.
the most on any platform. So
I found it really interesting that a lot of non-Tidal users were criticizing Jay-Z for selling Tidal. If you
Right.
don't use Tidal, then it really doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
like-
Then why do you care? You don't care if that artist get paid more. Y'all motherfuckers don't give a fuck if we get paid at all.
yeah, so many people like probably on Spotify and Apple like, oh Jay-Z, like, why you sold? Like this is a black-owned business. It's like then why
okay.
you don't have Tidal then?
Yeah, right. I don't understand that, but oh, it's a weird world of consumerism. I think, and I hope for all the listeners out there,
Like they don't think that he probably just made the best move for the artist.
I don't think so either. But the issue with that is consumerism and people not really understanding their own logic when it comes to what they consume and why they buy certain things and why they buy into certain brands. Like some people are not really thinking. I know it's happened to all of us. Like it's something that happens to everybody, right? Sometimes you just download an app or you think it's cool and you don't read the term and agreements, and you're fucked because now you're in it. Now they have access to all your shit and they're gonna make money off of you. Like, I'm saying this because there was an app I saw, and it was like an ad that was shown to me on Instagram, and it was like an app to like make your photos look a certain type of way. So I downloaded it, right? Okay. The first page is like, do you agree? Like, it didn't even let me use the app. It was already on some like, do you agree? Da da da. I was like, you know what? After we fucking read the Clubhouse terms and agreements, I was like, oh nah. You know I'm reading that shit on every fucking app I download now. So I read it and it's like, yup, we have access to go through your messages, and we have access to see how you're interacting with other companies and what you're buying from us and what you're buying from this and that and this and that. I was like, oh my God. All just to edit my pictures, bro. Nah, I'm good. Thank you. You don't need to know all that shit about me because you're going to make bread.
That's crazy.
You're going to make bread with all my data, and I'm going to still be here with the same amount of money. You're not giving me a fucking check.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They wildin'. They
The
wildin'
whole
with
music
that
shit
shit.
is crazy. Like, do you think that... So, like, I don't know. This just popped into my mind. So, like, for how long have, like, streaming services been around? Like, music streaming? A lot of years, right? Like, 6 years? 10 years? So, for 10 years, right? Let's say you were paying for the service.
Yeah.
So, we know artists make more money when you buy their product, right? So, 10 years you're paying for Apple Music, right? $10 a month. So, over 10 years you spent $1,000 on Apple Music. Do you think you would have been better off buying $1,000 worth of music?
Damn, I could have bought mad shit with $1,000. Spotify was founded 2006.
So you could have probably bought like 1,000 songs with that.
That's over 10 years.
Sheesh, yeah. We're going on 20, Spotify.
And like, not only would you have
Fuck.
look, but like not like this is how they trick you though. Not only would you have owned that 1,000 songs or $1,000 worth of music, but like so like they tricked you like, oh, you have access to everything. Who really listens to everything that comes out on Spotify? You go back to like the same albums mostly. That's usually what people do unless you're a DJ.
That's true.
Like you kind of go back to the same
Wow.
You're
music.
paying for, like, you know, to have the possibility to...
But it's I think it's like a fake possibility. Like if something new comes out and you like it from the snippet, then you buy it. And if not, then you could just listen to it on the radio.
Yo, honestly, there's no more, like, buying things outright anymore. Everything's, like, a lease. Like,
And the
a
dope
monthly
thing was like,
payment for everything.
and the dope thing with music is like you could own that music forever. But since we're in this iTunes,
Yeah.
if I decide to cancel my iTunes today,
That's it.
all the 1,000 songs, the 10 years worth of playlists I've been building on it is gone.
Yeah. True. It's true.
So now I gotta keep this subscription forever.
So here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Like, would I have been better off just buying the songs?
Yes. I think you would have been better off and happier buying CDs and records and tapes. I think we all would have been. Like, we've experienced that. So for those who haven't out there, who never used a tape recorder,
Subscriptions are a scam.
if you never used a tape recorder, like, that's kind of, it was fun. It was nice to put the tape in and watch it, go and rewind it. I really enjoyed it. I still think and know that when you play a vinyl, it's just better quality. It's better than an MP3. Any day, hands down. It's just better quality. CD is still better quality than an MP3. That's why CDJs is a thing. That's why motherfuckers use that shit, because it's better. It's better than the MP3. It's just a known fact. You can Google it. I'm not making this up. It's not fake news. So no, if you're only doing MP3s, you're only experiencing such like a limited sonic view of music, because it's so much richer than just MP3, right? But at the same time, for convenience, which is I feel like also where they get us with the subscription, is like it's a convenience. Now, I will say this. And I want to shout out Nelson Mandela, who just released a tape. Good. I love to see people releasing tapes, and I'm definitely copping it. I want to support that movement. Releasing tapes, releasing records, pressing their shit on vinyl. Like, no cap, I want to do that. You know
I
what I'm
should
saying?
know this, but is Nelson Mandela alive or dead? He's dead, right?
Nelson Mandela is dead.
So,
I think.
They released tapes for him.
Nelson Bandela.
Oh,
It's an artist.
Mandela.
It's an
I thought you said
artist.
Mandela. I'm like,
No, so Nelson Bandela, he's an artist, I know. Used to go by a different name. Now is going by Nelson Bandela. Loves to see it. Producer, father, just beast. It's a beast. He's just a beast. He makes like his own what's it called? I'm forgetting. The beat decks. Like he makes his own sounds and stuff and puts it together. So, and I want to try that out soon. Cuz he sent me that and I want to try it out. All I'm saying is I really love to see it. And now talking about it, I'm like, damn, like I know it's going to go back to that. I know somehow, some way, like this is not sustainable. People are uploading 1 million songs a week on Spotify. Some crazy number like that. At some point, I think like we got to just stop. I know it's not going to happen as a society where everybody's just going to stop making music, but this like really unnatural like machine like it's just machine. It's like it feels like music is becoming like a piece of metal. Like it's all these different blocks that are kind of look and feel the same. There's no soul. There's no like pull and oh shit, this song hit me this way and this song hit me this way. No, it's all, being catered to us. And Spotify does a really good job of like putting these playlists together and like shaping tastes that may or may not really be a thing. And I personally, I used to like their playlists. There's been a shift in the way that they make them, and I no longer really feel like they make sense. And I'm tired of being pushed someone else's likes. I like to hear different shit. I cannot listen to the same genre all day. I don't want to. It's not necessary. There's too many genres. There's too many countries. There's too many languages. Like, we gotta open up, y'all. Like, Luz and the Yakuza should be on the radio. But why? Because we're in the United States. They're not gonna play Luz and the Yakuza because it's in French. But it's fire. And it's more fire than a lot of the trap and a lot of the music that's out there. A lot of the R&B. So what are we doing? At some point, like, motherfuckers talk about global citizen. Oh, you only listen to music in English and you only watch movies from Hollywood. You're not a fucking global citizen. Sorry. Nah.
I don't got nothing to say.
I don't got nothing to say to that. It's like, bro, like, I don't know. Whatever.
There'll be a renaissance. There's always a renaissance.
It's coming.
Humans always find a way to adapt.
It's coming. And I really
reinvent themselves.
It's coming. And I really want to get into Teyana Taylor. Please, guys. Oh my God. Her feeling like she needs to take a break because she's not being pushed and respected and heard enough breaks my heart. I'm all for artists taking breaks. I take breaks. Take a fucking break if you need it. But also, damn. Wow. That's fucking trash.
And she's been
Facts.
going through this for years.
This is for you. This has to be going on now for like a decade.
And that role they had her in Coming to America was trash. Like, they just had her barking like a dog.
Yeah, and they like...
I didn't like that role. Like,
I definitely thought she was going to have a different role. She didn't have
I get it, because like the
many
same,
lines.
her mom in the past
Yeah,
movie
yeah,
did the
yeah.
same shit, but it's like, okay.
They could have given her a different role, bro.
Like, you were more than just this role. Like,
And you're more than just this like pretty face.
Yeah,
like,
look good and
you're
this-
gorgeous, but like, bro, you got skills. Tiana Taylor got motherfucking skills, bro. She could have. I thought she was gonna be the girl he fell in love with. Why it couldn't have been that way? And I get it. They were trying to say whatever. I don't really know. They're like, oh, like, I don't want to say the less attractive girl, but Tiana Taylor is fire. So it's not a lot of people that can say they look better than Tiana Taylor. Sorry.
She signed on to Good Music in 2012.
See,
Bro,
10 years.
2012.
No, this is making me upset.
a long
This
time
is
ago.
making me upset because, one, I love good music.
You mad at Kanye?
Two, I love Kanye. So if this is Kanye's fault, I'm
It
feeling
is
a certain type
Kanye's
of way.
fault.
I'm feeling a certain type of way, bro.
It's not if
She
it's
said it
Kanye's
was
fault.
his. She said it was his fault. So I'm gonna take her word for it.
Well, he's the head of good music, so any artist under good music is his fault.
That's trash.
But the truth is, like, it's hard. Artists can't really run artists. In a weird way, it's just like there's just too much.
That is true because he was managing.
There's too much you in the process of dumb, and they have too much of
Yeah.
themselves.
I agree.
So it's like you're putting yourself into something, but they also have a lot of themselves because they're an artist. It's like, I know what I'm doing already. I'm an artist.
Yeah.
And then Kanye's probably like, well, you should do it this way. And then there's just probably like a lot of head clashing. There's just, and then he just pushes it back, like, oh, we'll come back to this later. And then he goes off and does his fucking church shit. And then he goes off
Yeah,
into his
that-
own, he gets lost in his own world, and then he forgets about
Because he's an
all his other
artist.
artists.
Yeah, because he's an artist. So that's what I'm saying. Like, they needed somebody else handling shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They needed somebody else handling rollouts. I think that's the same thing that's happening with TDE. No
Yeah.
shade. Love them. Let's be clear.
Mhm.
You know, because I know motherfuckers like to hear shit and twist it. Like, oh, they talking shit about good music. And TDE, they just like talking shit about everybody.
No, they ain't talking
No,
shit
there's
about
a
it.
difference between speaking what we are observing, the
I was gonna say,
information that these
Kendrick.
groups
There's a
are
difference between
giving us.
black artists and whack artists.
And then, yeah, like Kendrick said, last LP I tried to lift the black artists, but there's a difference between black artists and whack artists. Okay, that's also a point. All I'm trying to say is there's a difference between having talent and losing it. I think you could have talent, eventually you could lose it. You could have a vision and eventually lose it. Good music, I think, had a type of vision. Now it's looking like I don't see the vision anymore. TDE, there was a vision.
I wouldn't even say that for good music. Like, I think
What
good,
is the vision now? Okay, but then what is the vision now for good music? Please tell me.
No, I'm saying like good music is like in a way, like, because the problem is just Kanye's doing his own thing, right? They just gotta separate that process from everything else. But he's so much of a, like, Kanye's only good for the stuff that he's doing that affects him, like
Right.
his sneakers, his albums, his things.
That's when shit goes crazy.
You know, like,
Yeah.
because he's just so much invested in himself right now.
Right. Well, he doesn't. I don't think he has time to run a label. So my thing is like, their shit should just be decentralized. Like, he shouldn't be the leader of good music.
And who knows? Maybe, you know, the whole Kim shit was fucking him up. Now maybe good music is gonna be
Maybe.
amazing.
That's what I was gonna
That's
say.
also true.
He wants to have his hand in everything, but at the same time, he was going through mental breakdowns and like.
Yeah, they had him on the
dealing
mad
with
shit.
All these things, he felt like his people were turning their backs on them. Like, it was a whole bunch of things going on at the same time. So there was no way that he could dedicate time and effort to all these artists.
The man was in
No, man.
Kardashian world. He was lost.
Yeah. It's unfortunate. It's
He had to turn to Jesus to get out.
It's unfortunate. I
He
really.
had to turn to Jesus, but I'm saying he went deeper into that
Yeah.
as his escape.
Well,
I
some
think that's
people-
what it was. Like, that was
Some
his
people
escape.
need spirituality to get out of their problems. I mean, that's kind of the point of spirituality in a way. That's part of it. I'm not saying it's all of it, but it's part of it. It's part of religion. Religion's supposed to help you with your problems.
I'm excited to hear the next Kanye album.
Yeah, me too.
I think it's gonna be amazing.
Kanye's just another person who had to go through the industry and deal with all that fucking trauma.
But you were saying something about CD. I cut you off.
No, I'm saying the same thing about good music. What is the vision for good music going forward? And what is the vision for TDE going forward? And I say this to segue into TDE. As a preface, I am like overly dedicated fan. I remember when that shit came out. I remember when Section 80 came out. I was hype. To Pimp a Butterfly. When, you know what I'm saying? Damn. When all his albums came out, I rode for him. Absol, when his shit came out, rode for him. Fire. Even Schoolboy Q, fire. fire, fire. J-Rock, fire. SZA, fire. I love to see them doing collabs. All the collabs were so good. Even I thought Jhené Aiko was gonna be a part of TDE because she was making fire ass songs with Kendrick. Fire, still does, and Absol, right? So I wonder why that never happened. I think they should have stayed because even I don't want to get too deep in that, but even the way she's going now it's visions change, right? But when a part of the material of the essence also changes and then goes missing, you start to question, okay, what happened? Like this release, Isaiah Rashad. Sorry to say, very talented, but you're following a formula, which is something I'm not used to seeing from TDE drops. I'm not used to seeing that. And people would try to be like, oh, Schoolboy Q is the mainstream one because he has like the mainstream sound and blah, blah, blah. Nah, he's fucking creative as hell. Don't disrespect my nigga. Please. He's mad creative. But I don't know, man. Something's not sitting right here. I don't understand, like, they're taking all this break. They're not really, like, pumping SZA's shit. They didn't do this shit for SZA's drop, like, loading. They didn't do a fucking loading shit for SZA. They do this for this? Come on, man. Nah. I don't know. I just want to know why. Like, I want listeners out there to know this is not a music podcast. Now, let me stop. This is not a music podcast. We don't do this shit. But we're not trying to come at them. I'm trying to understand the logic behind why. Why this song and this video, and why the song and the video don't really have much to do with each other, and why this crazy suspense for this. I just don't understand why this song just couldn't drop. Just drop the fucking song. You gave me all the suspense for this. Why?
Because it's TDE. They just thought people were going to be like, oh, it's TDE dropping. It's been so long.
But
I think they kind of faked
it's
people
off
out
brand.
to think it was Kendrick and it was this guy.
Right, it's either one or two.
And it was just like trying to hype this artist. I don't know.
There you go. It's either they really believed in this song and this video and this creative content, or they were like, this nigga's gonna need some help, so we're gonna hype this up. It's either one or the other.
He needs help.
Didn't work for me.
And granted, a lot of people like the song from whatever, like the comments, but I think a lot of people are just sheep sometimes when it comes to music,
And
know?
maybe Kendrick had nothing, like, had no input. Wasn't involved
Yeah,
in
it's
anything.
very possible. That's what I was thinking too.
Because I feel like if he was involved, he wouldn't have put this out.
Yeah, something don't feel right about this release, yo. I'm telling you, something's a little off. And he's working on his PG Lang creative company, so he might not really have time for TDE like that. Somebody might be...
Yeah, he's doing his own thing. Well, I'm excited to hear J. Cole next week.
I'm excited too. It's going to be so good. J. Cole was saying something with Interlude. J. Cole was saying...
He said something with his last 3 songs.
No, yeah, he's been saying it. Lion King on Ice. What was the other one?
I forgot the name.
The one that
of
came out before that.
There
Oh,
was a more fire one.
that one was good.
We'll figure it out. But
Niggas be thinking I'm deep.
Yeah.
For my college degree.
no, that's the diss.
That was the mini diss. It was not
yeah,
really a diss.
the Lion King on Ice and something else was a 2-pack.
Oh yeah, that was a 2-pack, but that song too was
The other song that he came out with in that 2-pack was fire.
fire. Yeah, so
And now, yeah.
he's just fire. But I feel like what he was saying with Interlude specifically is like a response to what we've all been talking, right? All these formulas, cookie cutter shit. Interlude is his response saying, yo, please expand your horizons for the life of music. Please expand your horizons. And in this 30 seconds of me rapping, I'm doing better than all of y'all rapping whole entire songs.
Facts.
J. Cole really snapping without even needing to snap. Without even needing to do all the Hollywood shit.
Still elite.
I'm a fan. I'm 100% fan. I really liked Hollywood Sucks. Kenny Hoopla and Travis Barker. Shout out Travis Barker. He's been working. Travis Barker is booked and busy. He don't play.
Nah.
Can't stop, won't stop. He really.
He's out here. Blink 182 was legendary, yo. Blink 182 was legendary.
Very legendary.
That shit was a vibe. All the small things you can do me.
Say it ain't so, I will not go.
Turn the lights off.
Carry me in na na
na
na na
na
na.
na 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 na.
If you don't know that song, get off the podcast.
Yo,
don't want
get
you
off
as a
the
fan.
podcast.
I just don't want you as a fan.
Nah, they were fire.
You wouldn't even be a fan of this podcast if you don't know that song.
Nah, and then hello there, you're the angel from my. That's the classic.
Shadow on
In
the
the background of the morn,
morn.
the unsuspecting
Listen.
victim. Like, come on, bro.
People are gonna be like, "That's the music y'all like, really?"
Bro.
And you're talking about this music. Yes, it was real music.
I like rock. I like punk rock. I like.
But that just goes back to like the
salsa.
whole no genre thing. I feel like when we were younger, everybody was just into everything. You know what I mean? Like we liked the punk rock, we liked the
Yeah.
R&B, we liked the hip hop, we
But
liked the
we were
rock shit.
We were constantly exposed to all that. I mean,
Yeah,
like
like-
MTV, VH1, even radios, like they did a really good
Mhm.
job at playing different genres. Now it's straight one thing, straight trap, straight R&B.
Yeah,
straight
like I love that hip hop took over, but it's like also like there's more music than hip hop.
Right.
Yeah, and it's also like I feel like at a certain point, hip hop got co-opted. Like,
No, like kids don't even know like the samples of the music they're taking samples from.
yeah,
That's why I was trying to do that sample Sunday shit because
Like
there's mad
what sample
history.
Sunday?
On Instagram, on IG, on the stories, I would post like songs that we know and where they sampled from.
Oh, that's dope.
And I'll always hear samples every time I hear music. Be like, oh shit, I love that.
Like, can you imagine making a song from a song you sampled and you be like, yeah, I never heard that song? It's like, what?
Yeah, that's weird.
That's like if Kanye made Through the Wire and never heard Shaka Khan. It's like I think Juice WRLD never heard that Sting song. He said it. Like, not to shit on Juice WRLD. I'm not shitting on Juice WRLD, but I'm saying, like,
It's
Like,
like,
yo, it's just
like,
like-
nobody exposed him to that. That's really part of it. Because I think had Juice WRLD heard this Sting song, he would have fucked with it.
yeah, of course. That's the point. Like, you gotta listen to the other music. Like, you're gonna fuck with it.
Yeah,
We don't
but
have
it's
to
just
be
hard because
boxed into hip hop. Like, there's mad shit, like, from people that you don't even expect.
yes, but if nobody's exposing it to you, it's very unlikely that you're going to hear it or find it if you don't even know it's a thing.
Yeah,
And
like-
that's the truth. Like,
Imagine being too cool to, like, go listen to Billy Joel. It's like,
but if you don't know that Billy Joel exists,
who?
how will you hear Billy Joel?
There's people who don't know Billy Joel exists.
I know, and I'm trying to figure out why. How did we get there?
There's people who don't even know, like, Elton John. Like, it's like, what song did he ever make? It's like,
It's a new era, right? How do we introduce these people to people who, like the other day we played?
that shit is crazy.
Remember we played for JP Sade? He was like, I've never heard of Sade, but I'm
Yeah.
like, damn, bro.
But I think
at
that's
the same time,
she's
it's
probably
like,
an artist a lot of people haven't heard of. I feel like nowadays.
but that blows my mind because when I was growing up, they were playing Sade on the radio.
But that's what I'm saying. Now the waves and the YouTube and all that stuff is full of one genre. It's full of one thing. Everybody's
I think-
going with the same shit.
I think it's this, like, it made you, like, the whole social media and everything makes people narcissistic. So it's like what you're doing is the dope shit. I don't gotta go listen to other stuff. Cause I'm the dope one. I'm the star.
Oh, I see. Okay,
So they don't have to
okay.
feel like they have to go respect the old music. Like when we were younger, we didn't have that to like
Yeah, we
feel
just listen to
narcissistic about ourselves. So it was like, oh, what we're doing is like cool, but like this is also cool and this is also cool. Like in some psychological way that plays
Yeah,
together.
Definitely. That's weird.
And like now with TikTok is like,
Oh my god.
like TikTok is fine. Like I think it's funny. I watch it. I'm not shitting on TikTok. There's definitely some things that are weird on TikTok and needs to stop.
Yeah, and then there are some people who are amazing. Like,
But it's like it's now that's influencing music. People
Yeah.
are making music
yeah, tell me how
just to be on TikTok.
there was these kids getting light and not ever having seen a get light. Like getting light, how we used to do it uptown, the Bronx, everywhere in New York, Yonkers, like getting light became now a trend on TikTok, and kids are doing it and they don't even know where it's from. So it's like, bro, it's like, yo, how the internet moves so fast, this AI moves so fast. It's like, but can we give you a piece of knowledge? No, y'all don't want that? Okay.
Oh, but their attention span is way shorter than ours was before.
Yeah, everybody has ADD, whatever.
Everybody has got, like, not everybody, but like a lot of people are developing it, not just kids, but adults too, because of
Fact.
the short content. Like, we used to be able to we watched the fucking 30-minute Kanye movie, Runaway. The whole album was that is a masterpiece. I have watched that shit mad times.
Facts.
We had an attention span for that. Now, you think motherfuckers could watch that now?
Yo, I don't think kids can watch movies now. Kids just want 10-minute, 5-minute YouTube videos.
Remember when movies were like 3 hours?
Yep.
Like, you think a kid could watch going what movies 3 hours? Like the Titanic?
Irish.
Oh, we just watched Lord of the Rings, right?
Oh yeah, Lord of the Rings.
You think you can watch Lord of the Rings? 12 hours of no. That's why the industry is adapting. It makes more shows now. Because it's like, it tricks your mind. It's like, oh, this is only 40 minutes, 30 minutes. And it's 30 episodes, but you think it's only 30 minutes. Instead, you're watching a fucking 24 hours of content,
It's true. They got
but it looks like it's fast in your brain. It's like, oh, this one's done. This one's done. I'm accomplishing goals. Instead of sitting and watching a movie that's 3 hours, it's like, oh, that was exhausting. I can't believe I sat and watched 3 hours of a movie. Meanwhile, you could go and watch and binge a whole show. It's, like, you ever see people like, yo, that movie's too long.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go watch this show, 10 episodes of Game of Thrones, and you 6 hours in. It's like, wait.
They got us fucked up.
They don't know when to tap out. You know what I mean? Like when you watch a 3-hour movie, you gotta sit there. You can't just tap out. You're gonna miss shit.
That's
You
true.
know, you can't follow
That's
along.
true.
Oh my gosh.
But damn, that's like we watched all of Snowfall. How much time did we spend watching that?
A lot. It's a lot of time you spend watching a show. Shows.
Like, I think like I'm.
That's why
getting
shows
to
are
the
taking
point-
over.
But I'm really getting to the point where I'm done with shows. And there's a few more shows that need to come out so that I could finish watching them. Like, Better Call Saul is on its final season. I'm ready.
That's a good show.
That is a good show. I am so ready for
Facts.
Better Call Saul, and I'm ready for The Witcher. I'm ready for this final season of Pose. There's a lot of shows that I'm ready for, but after this, I kind of like want to break. I'm kind of like ja.
Yeah, we can wait for our
I'm a little
shows.
tired. I'm like, okay, nice, like character development.
Yeah, I mean, like
Whatever.
Netflix.
Can I develop my character now? Like, it's my time to live too. Like, I can't be like trying to live and be myself and then having to see all these motherfuckers like.
What was
No.
it? Like just the other day, like Netflix's stock is taking a hit because everybody thought the pandemic helped Netflix in the beginning. Because everybody's home, you could sit, watch content, whatever. Like you had nothing else to do. But then the long run, the pandemic started hurting Netflix because people ran through all the content. And now it was like, you're not making content fast enough because people are home. Do you know how many new shows Netflix constantly has out? How are you running through all that content? That means we're sitting home and watching TV instead of like doing something different.
Yeah.
That's like the ants. That's what the humans are doing. Like
Oy.
we watched all these shows during the pandemic instead of doing something else. Like it's crazy. I don't know. That's crazy.
It's time to get real.
That's crazy.
It is time to get real. As a did it just stop? Oh.
We keep talking though.
As a society, it's time to get real content is fun. Content is beautiful, whether it's a show, a movie, a music video, a podcast, a song. Whether it's video games, I love it all. I think it has a place in our hearts. It has a place in our world. It helps us tell stories. It helps us to connect.
For sure.
But when you are finding yourself, especially during COVID pandemic, when you're finding yourself,
I don't hear nothing ending. They stop.
that might have been our baby,
He's fine.
because he be doing that sometimes. He'll cry and then go back to sleep. What time is it?
Real shit. That's mine.
See, parenthood, we live it, is real shit. But so I'm saying,
You stopped this video? Oh.
no, leave it. So I'm saying, like, because we can always cut it. What I'm saying is, okay, at some point, if you found yourself during this COVID pandemic and you finished like 30, 40 shows, I definitely think you gotta have a reality check. Like, you're doing a lot. You're doing a lot. It's time to live your life. It's time to put the screen away for a little bit. Please put the screen away for a little bit, y'all.
But maybe, you know, like COVID's a good thing. Not a good thing, but like maybe people are gonna be out more now after this. Like appreciation for
I hope so.
connection and being out there. They're probably gonna get a little too crazy in the summer, but
I'm ready for
I
it.
think, you
I'm
know-
ready for all the antics.
yeah, fuck it. That's human shit. Like, go ahead, have fun. Don't
Yeah.
be scared of. There's always gonna be another virus. Like, it's gonna happen again.
Yeah.
Be safe. Do the best you can. Drink some ginger. Like,
100%.
try to avoid it as best as you can.
100%.
But we can't live our lives in fear. Like,
100%.
we can't just.
You gotta start like implementing some like positivity into your life at some point.
Yeah, like you can't
You
just.
can't be
live your life in
pessimistic
fear.
about everything. I mean, you can fuck it if you want to, but that's just not good for your health. So
Yeah, like the media is already programming you to be scared to die. Like all the news is negative.
Yep.
Now with COVID on this, like, oh my god, now you're gonna die. All right, whatever.
we know that though.
Like, yeah, we all die.
We've had this conversation before. It's like a lot of people are scared to die. Rightfully so. For all our lives, we've been told that like you should be scared of it. It's something that you have to fear because of the consequences of your life, and like if you do good, you'll end up in a good place later, and if you do bad, you'll end up in this bad place. So like just make sure you do this, and third, because if not, you're going to hell. Well, who the fuck wouldn't be scared to die in that circumstance? And what a limited view of the afterlife. I think that's a little bit also unfair, and it's I think it was irresponsible of our educators, especially in Catholic school, to be teaching that so vigorously. I didn't want to take it to the Catholic school conversation, but
I just think like it's crazy how like a lot of our world revolves around the human fear of death. Like how everything we kind of built in this world revolves around that fear. You know what I'm saying? Like we made like the religions are all based upon that fear.
yeah,
And they control the finances and economics of our world. All because humans are afraid of something that's gonna happen to us.
yep. Talk about it.
Like, yeah, of course it's scary. Like, nobody knows what the fuck happens after. But do we really have time to worry about that? No. That goes into the whole you have too much time on your hands. Like, just go have fun. You don't got time to worry about that. Go enjoy your time with your family. Do things that make you smile. That's the key to life. Like, just go do things that make you smile. If it makes you laugh, do that. Don't worry about things that you can't control. I think life could just be that simple sometimes.
Yeah. I think so too. And like, I mean, I think thinking about the afterlife is something that's as old as humanity.
For sure.
So that's why I say like when one group of believers is like, no, but this is actually what's gonna happen. No, but like let's disregard 6,000 years before us. Like those were savages. this is because that's how they was acting though. This
No,
is the
yeah.
real. No, but this is what's gonna happen, not that.
It's like that quote I told you about, the John 3:16, you know? Like God sent his only son so that only those who believe in him will not perish but go to heaven. So if you don't believe in him, you perish. Which means that during that time, the people who never even met Jesus, like the Indians that just had Buddha and they didn't even know about this Christianity religion because there was no iPhone to tell them, yo, Jesus just tweeted out, yo, John 3:16 is on Instagram. Like, nah, that shit wasn't on Instagram. It was like, yo, we just have Buddha. So they're all condemned now.
Yep. That's some people believe that for real.
That's crazy.
But here's the thing: is like
That's why I think like the whole afterlife, like any religion or religion should be based around like if you live a good life, like good things come to you.
well that's the essence of karma in Hinduism.
That's what that makes the most sense to me. At least is like if you do things good in this life, good things should come.
And Dharma is Buddhism, right? Is it Dharma is Buddhism and karma is Hinduism?
I'm not even sure.
Right.
I'm not
And
sure.
I know that could be like interpreted in like, oh, but what's good and what's bad. Like, I think most people know what's good and what's bad.
I think the lines are getting more blurred now, though.
The lines are getting more blurred, but I mean like, it's not. Come on, we all know. You know.
Nah,
when you're
we
doing
could
something
say
good.
we all know. Lines are blurred, man. I'm sorry. I gotta push you back there because lines are blurred.
I'm gonna read. Dharma for Hindus explains why things are and why they should be. Similarly, in the Hindu context, karma refers to ritual action, whereas for the Buddhist, karma has always been an ethical action.
Oh, nice. Okay, that's dope. Dharma is the ethical action for the Buddhist.
For the Buddhist.
For the
For
Buddhist.
Hindus, it explains why things are and why they should be.
I guess we are a philosophy podcast.
I told you. See,
You put us on the
I
philosophy.
put us under philosophy, cause we getting into the philosophy of things. Like we're not just saying like Kim Kardashian's got a new outfit. Let's go check it out. Like no, like we'll tell you about that, and then we're gonna go deeper into
why she has a new outfit.
the whys and the how.
Why does she feel like she needs to do this for herself?
Right. Like I think philosophy is a beautiful thing. Maybe
Yeah.
that's part of it. Maybe there's a renaissance in philosophy too. I remember being in school and like just reading about all these guys that are no longer around, and it was cool and like debating and learning all the fucking vocabulary words associated with the philosophy class. Like whatever, cool.
Socrates,
We never read Carl Jung though, and I feel like he's fire. So I don't know.
Plato.
I got an issue with some intro classes in college.
I don't know if I
They
didn't
very
take a
limited.
philosophy class, so.
I just took intro to philosophy. I had to. I don't remember why.
No, did I take? I did.
I feel
learned
like
about
everybody takes.
Karl Marx.
Fuck it. I'm a philosopher. They philosophers. I'm philosophers too.
Everybody's a philosopher in their own right.
Yeah.
You know.
I just feel like the academy makes us feel like we're not because we're
Yeah.
not like published.
You just know like the well-known philosophers because like they were good at proving their point.
True.
Like Plato was just the best at like being like, well, let's really analyze this and really look into like why you're in this cave and what you could really see out of that window and who are you? Like if you don't see yourself, are you really yourself?
Yeah. I would have loved it if they could have done a podcast. Imagine
Oh
in
my
that time if they
God.
had the technology to do podcasts, it would have been a wrap.
Have you ever like read Plato's books?
Yeah.
Like they're always with him, like conversating and like debating other people.
Yeah.
And it's like it's written from somebody else's perspective, right? Isn't it like Aristotle always writing Plato's books?
I'm
It's
not
like it's
sure.
like always from his point of view because he's like his student. He was like always writing. Plato
Okay.
said this. The other people said this.
Yeah, and it's like you gotta write that shit down mad fast. Like everybody's just talking, and you gotta be like, "Drrr." That's crazy. I'm thankful for technology. I know in the courtroom, I think they still type it out, right?
Yeah, he still type.
They still type it out, so that person gotta be like, "Drrr," like crazy. That's insane. You gotta be typing like 150 words per minute.
Thank you for democracy.
Right.
Or not thank you for democracy.
Yeah, I mean.
Let's not get into democracy. That's fine.
Yeah, let's not go there. Because I was saying, like, damn. This shit is bugged out. But. Well, no, but speaking of speaking of democracy, I do want to run this topic by y'all because this Kanye versus Walmart dispute. So Walmart is upset because Kanye has like this new logo that's a little similar to Walmart. The circle with the 6 lines, like the Walmart sun. Kanye made something that looks like that, but the lines are dotted lines instead. So Walmart feels like...
And there's less sun rays coming out.
Yeah.
But, like what you said, Walmart's sign is just the sun.
Yeah, like... Walmart, y'all not inventing nothing new. That's a fucking sun, bro.
Like, when I was a kid, I drew that.
Yeah.
As my son.
Yeah, like...
So, like...
That's literally... It's just a little kid's drawing of a sun.
Alright, but let me be, like, a little... Do you think Kanye stole the logo? I know we could say who cares, like, and whatever, but do you think he actually stole the logo? I think Kanye...
I think he
did.
might have.
And just did his own flex on it, and it's like a statement.
Yeah, I could see him being like, "Oh, Walmart think they the biggest brand."
I can see Kanye be like, "I'm the new Walmart.
I'm the new Walmart." Yeah, I could see him doing that.
So I can see him
100%.
taking the logo and be like, I took their logo. So I think he
100%.
did steal the logo, but I don't know.
I don't think they should be doing all this big deal.
Whatever, man. It's industries.
It's industries though. What can you do?
Capitalism. They feel like they're the best. It's like can't take our shit. Everybody's just copying each other in capitalism anyway. What the hell's the difference between Coke and Pepsi? I don't know. Like, come on, what are we doing here?
We watched like some documentaries about We watched a documentary about Dr. Pepper, and like how at one point Dr. Pepper was bigger than Coca-Cola.
What?
But
Yeah.
then they just blew up too fast and just mad shit happened.
Yeah, mad shit happened to Dr. Pepper. You want to tell them about the bananas?
Oh man.
Do you know what you're eating when you eat a banana?
So the brand Chiquita Banana, originally it was like a different name.
It's a dark history behind
It's a dark history,
bananas.
yeah. So like they just have a long history of not treating their workers right, like workers dying.
They killed like 1,000 workers.
They killed 1,000 workers.
in Colombia for like protesting.
What?
The Chiquita banana
Yep.
you buy.
So they murdered them?
They murdered
Yep.
them.
I think they teamed up with like the Colombian government.
Right. And it was also like that there was like mad campaigns. Like bananas wasn't just like bananas is not like a special fruit. It was like they made advertising to make bananas feel like they're healthy to the human.
So people will
So
buy
to
them because people weren't really
because
buying them.
People weren't buying bananas. And then they made like an advertising. It was like, oh, and then they teamed up with doctors to make doctors say you should eat a banana a day.
Yeah, they made it a more fun fruit. Like
It's crazy.
there's that, but then like the beginning of the story starts with something that makes so much sense, which is like this Blanquito went to Jamaica, found bananas, and like bought a whole shit ton of them and brought them back to the States without giving back to the island.
Right.
So it's just
Damn.
it's sad. It's
So
sad.
they did that to bananas. What else they did that to?
They did that shit to pineapples too.
To Manhattan. What? They did.
They did do it to Manhattan.
For beads, right? Isn't that crazy?
They sold Manhattan for like what, 62 cents? Something crazy.
And like some beads and some
Nah, I don't
shit.
know. I remember in school it was like 62 cents. Like something crazy. Maybe not 62 cents, but something crazy cheap. Like
But nobody
to
ever
the
talks
Lenape
about...
Indians.
No, but I think it was like beads involved.
Beads?
Yeah, like they sent them beads, like goods. Like it was a transfer of goods with some capital.
Okay.
Cause like they have like the material stuff more. Like they didn't think money was a thing. They was like, "Yo, give me something that's worth something."
Right.
want
Because
your
they were
paper.
saying nobody owns the land. Like that's how that was their
So,
way of looking at it.
Like, let's think of it from an optimistic point. What did those Indians do with those beads that they got? Maybe they did something crazy with those beads.
We won't know. Their communities.
I don't know. Maybe they
Their
did.
communities is going through a lot right now.
Maybe it's yet to be seen what they're gonna do. Maybe the beads are still out there. Maybe the beads that sold Manhattan are still out there. Somewhere.
Crazy.
Watch Manhattan. Manhattan's gonna sink.
And them bees is gonna float to
And
the
those
top.
beads are gonna just
For real.
be on the
though.
top of the last tower, just like, oh shit, the beads.
For real though. For real.
I think that's gonna happen.
I don't know, man. That shit is deep, bro. Them selling the whole island of Manhattan, and like, I think deep down in their hearts they were like, what these people mean sell? Like, nobody fucking owns the land, but sure, we'll sell it to you. And then it's like, oh damn, now y'all kicking us off? Wow.
I just also think they saw Manhattan as a trash island because it's an island. They thought they wasn't getting like a not good deal. It was like this is gonna sink because it is gonna sink one day.
Yeah.
It's not attached to the mainland. Why the hell would we want this island?
Yeah.
You could have this island. We're going to good land where there's animals and stuff. No animals that we eat live on an island.
That's also true.
So they probably saw it as like
Fuck
bad
it.
land. It was like you could have this bad land. It only looks like it's good because we built towers on it and there's finance.
Yeah.
That's the only reason Manhattan looks valuable
Yeah.
because of banks.
I'm over the city. I've been over it. I think this is a good topic to get into for people who are listening who are not from New York City. There's always a hype and like we see it with the tourists that come here. There's just this beautiful feeling that you get like, oh, I'm in New York City, the city of dreams and the city that never sleeps, and like all this romantic shit. You have Sex in the City. You just have all these shows and like these movies that just demonstrate this beautiful, easy life in New York where you can just go to Times Square and go on a nice little restaurant and like never have to work. And that's not real. Also, everybody that's from here doesn't blow up, and just because you come here doesn't mean that you are going to be successful. However, there is a lot of jobs, there is a lot of opportunity, and like we discussed, there's that potential that you might become a millionaire because you're in New York City. You just might. But
chance.
there's a very small chance.
And it's expensive.
It's expensive to live here. It's more expensive now. So, like, us that grew up here, we're paying more than our parents paid.
It's going to get less expensive, though, because everybody's moving out. That was a good thing COVID did. Everybody moved out and realized they didn't have to work in the city. So you look for
Yeah,
cheaper
that's a good
rent.
point. That's a good point. But, I don't know. We was just in...
You know what's crazy about New York? I feel like tourists have done more things in New York than I do.
Yeah. It's always like
Like, tourists, like, go to mad shit. I'm like, where are you... Like, every time a tourist comes to New York, I'm like, what are you gonna go do? Like, other than go
all
to...
the touristy
Other than,
shit.
other than go listen to live music in Manhattan and go to bars and shit.
but tourists got
Well,
all the time
But
to
they're like,
go to
oh,
do
the
that.
fucking
Why
Empire
do
is...
work?
The Empire State Building, this. I'm like, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm like, there's nothing to do.
That's the
in here.
point. That's a good point, though. We work. They're coming on vacation here. We're living here.
That's true.
Like,
I guess
they-
like, people probably in like Miami feel the same way. It's like, well, you no, because there's like beaches and nice weather. So it's different.
people that come to New York and like do all this extra shit and walk up and down Fifth Avenue and like, I remember I used to work on Fifth Ave and 43rd Street at the Joe Fresh that used to be there. It was like this Canadian clothing store. So I used to work there, and I remember like I would go out for lunch, you know, walk to the Dunkin' Donuts or whatever the fuck I was eating at that time when I was like 22. And like these tourists would grill me so hard. And I would talk to my coworkers about it, and they'd be like, yo, they be looking at me like I'm crazy too. And it's like, yo, do y'all understand? Like, y'all the weird ones, like, we from here. Don't get it fucked up. You safe, you on Fifth Ave. You looking at somebody like that on a different block in a different time of the day. You're not getting the same grace that you're getting right now.
Facts. Yeah, Manhattan's a different world.
Manhattan is a different world, and I really stay clear of anywhere where the tourists go. They go into 42nd Street. They go into Fifth Ave. I don't want to be there.
No, yeah, those parts are disgusting. I hate it.
They're gross.
It's just,
Y'all think y'all so hot walking down Fifth Ave. Can you afford to get driven down Fifth Ave and buy from like 20 stores? No. So stop fucking grilling motherfuckers out here. Don't do it. You're not fucking balling because you came to New York for 5 seconds. Try living here. Try making it here. Everybody does not make it here. Some people need to go home. Some people come from different places and they stay here. I have a friend that from Kansas has been living here for like 15 years. That motherfucker survived. Some other motherfucker from Kansas might have not survived.
is that one of Alicia Keys' best songs? And the gypsy can.
Oh, hell yeah. That song is fire.
That shit is fire. Why are songs about New York always fire though? Like Billy Joel.
Well, because New York is a fucking awesome place. It's complicated. It's interesting. It's dynamic. There's so many different kinds of people here.
If I can make it
There. I fuck with the music that comes out of here, though. That's
Now,
one
New
thing we
York,
do
yeah.
have art. And granted, I think that's why New York is so famous because of the art, right? So people want to come here because the art. They're not really coming for 42nd Street. They do want to see Times Square, but I think it's the art that makes New York so special.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff happening. There's mad museums, but in front of museums, there's art going on from people just hustling.
Yeah, there's art everywhere.
You're gonna find somebody doing something on a corner.
Like, name your favorite artist that came out of New York.
50 Cent.
All right, 50 Cent. That's valid. What's your favorite artist?
Nas.
Nas.
I love Nas.
Damn, out of New York, that's hard. That's a hard question
It is
though.
a
You
hard
asked
question.
me like, and
I'm
I just
having a hard time right now.
there's a lot. I had to think of all the artists that came out of New York. Billy Joel's from the Bronx.
Billy Joel's fire. Azalea Banks is from Harlem. Dipset.
There's too much that comes out of New York.
Yeah, it's too much, right?
There's just so much. I mean, Biggie.
Biggie, Hove, Nas, Big L.
Oh.
Cassidy's from New York too. I forgot.
I don't know.
Cassidy, Terror Squad, Big Pun. I really want to go through the list of everybody that's from here because I think we are like top
Not yet. New
top
York's-
10 locations for the best artists that came here. Spike Lee. It don't even need to be music. Spike Lee.
Ralph Lauren.
Yep.
He's from the Bronx.
Yep. He's from the Bronx.
I did not know that.
Yep.
But he's from the old white Bronx.
Yeah, it was a different time.
Before the Cross Bronx.
Right, before the Cross Bronx.
Isn't that crazy? The Bronx used to be like such a... Like, people from, like, Manhattan would move to the Bronx because it was, like, a suburb type area.
It was mad
And
farmland.
it was classy.
And there was mad farmland and shit.
And then they made the Cross Bronx. And the building of the Cross Bronx brought workers around that. And those were usually poor workers. And that's how the Bronx became a poor district.
My G, I did not know
That's
that.
part of
Isn't
that's
that-
part of the reason
That's
why.
part of the reason
It's
why.
not all the reason why, but it's part
It's
of
a
the reason
big,
why.
it's a big, like, the Cross Bronx is a big reason why.
Yeah.
And they just didn't want to deal with that. So they moved to good old Riverdale. That's the last whites in the Bronx. No.
Yeah, I mean Riverdale is definitely a
It's the last,
good percentage white
it's
descendants.
the last up class. You
Riverdale-
know how you know, too? Because, like, from that Henry Hudson, they have, like, their own entrance into, like, Manhattan.
Yeah.
You have to pay a toll and everything. Like,
Yeah.
So it's like, nah, poor people can't take this road. Like, you got to pay $5 every time you want to go into Manhattan
Yep.
because you're coming from Riverdale.
Right.
Isn't that crazy?
It's bugged out.
If
And
not,
also,
you gotta
like-
go take the 87 and get in all the traffic with all the other Bronx people.
I mean, if you go and see these houses in Riverdale,
It's not that crazy.
it's not that crazy. I'm gonna take you one day
No, some of them are crazy.
through roads that you don't know. There are some fucking crazy houses hidden in Riverdale that you need to like. They're not on the main road, the Henry Hudson shit. When you get lost through those back streets back there, bro, it's over. There are houses over there that are easily $50 million. I'm not even joking.
Probably, yeah.
No, not probably. I'm not joking. It is that elite.
For sure.
The properties right along the Henry Hudson Parkway, no. Those are probably like 2 million. They'll sell for like $1 million. There's houses over there that sell for $1 million. But there's expensive houses in Riverdale, for sure. That's why when people be like, oh, where you live, Bailey Avenue is Riverdale. No, it's not. I don't make anywhere near that money. My mother did not make anywhere near that money to afford $1 million house. We could not afford a $500,000 house. We could not afford a fucking $100,000 house.
Is Manhattan
none of those options.
Is Manhattan College like the barrier
Of what?
of like the Bronx and like Riverdale?
What do you mean the barrier?
Because I feel like Manhattan College is like where it separates after Manhattan College. So I feel like they use Manhattan College as like, oh, the college is here. Then behind that is like where all the nice houses are. You get what I'm saying?
Oh, I kind of see what
they
you're saying.
They use it like as like a natural barrier.
I kind of get what you're saying. Well, I feel like Manhattan College and Fordham University have a similar environment where they're hood adjacent. That's the best way.
Nah.
That's the best way to put it.
Fordham University is way different than Manhattan College.
It's better. It's bigger. It's like a better school.
No, but I'm saying
that sense,
like
the
Manhattan
campus is
College's surroundings is way better than Fordham's surroundings. Fordham University is in the fucking Fordham. It's like
100%.
Fordham
but
is
remember,
traffic.
Fordham also has the Little Italy shit too. It's still connected to back there too. So they have that, but still not as good as Riverdale, right?
Yeah, Fordham's like in the Bronx,
right?
But Fordham is like what the Bronx used to be,
right?
Which is why it's one of the best schools, because it's like that was like where all the white people from the Bronx used to send their kids to go learn business. That's why it was one of the best business schools.
Right.
Fordham University.
Right. But what I mean by like what I'm saying by hood adjacent, obviously two different neighborhoods, two different shits, but is hood adjacent in different ways. Fordham University is hood adjacent in one way. Manhattan College is hood adjacent in the sense that like, oh, you can go to Manhattan, you could take the train, you could be on the MTA and have the experience, but you don't got to deal with the Bronx. You don't got to deal with nothing in the Bronx. You don't have to connect with the community at all. You could just take that one train. That's how it's marketed. I know this because when I was in high school, I took like this engineering seminar there for like 2 weeks. That's one of the selling perks. The one train's right there. Super quick to Manhattan. That's how it's marketed. It's not marketed like, come to the Bronx and learn all the history and all the fucking beautiful things that are here. It's marketed as, oh, you're so quick to Manhattan. So that's how they do it. And then with Fordham University, they build a whole fucking fence. It's mad hard to get into that fucking campus if you don't got no business there. Whereas with Manhattan College, you could just walk on the campus. Nobody's really bothering you. It's like a different vibe. But Fordham University is like, I don't know. I say this because I did musical theater when I was in high school there, and it just always felt so.
Yeah, I think like with the Manhattan College point though, is like a lot of the Bronx is marketed like that, like, oh, you'll get to Manhattan quick.
That's always the selling point for the Bronx.
So like the closer you are to like highways, they get you to Manhattan quick, the more the price is.
Yeah.
The more of the inner Bronx you're in, the lower and the more they say hood it is, like.
Yeah. It's true.
Because it's further from Manhattan.
Yep. 100%.
But, like, on that whole Manhattan sinking point, that's why a lot of gentrifying's happening in Brooklyn, is coming to the South Bronx, because they got to find new places for businesses to move. Because it's not like I'm trying to say global warming. It's just like they have there's an actual thing about it. Like by 2050, Lower Manhattan's gonna be underwater.
By 2050?
Yeah, Cuomo or De Blasio's or somebody. They just put like a couple $1 billion in a project to keep Manhattan afloat.
Oh my God, it doesn't surprise me.
I don't know how they're gonna do that. I don't even know what that means.
It means fire upon Babylon.
I don't know what that means, but like, you know.
It means fire upon
But like their
Babylon.
solution is Brooklyn, the Bronx, Queens, Jersey. Like Manhattan's kind of done. That's why Brooklyn's taking off.
I agree.
It's not because Manhattan was washed out. It's because Manhattan's gonna get washed out.
Yep. Yep. And that's,
So they're planning ahead. Like they know what's happening, and they don't tell you like what's happening, but that's their
know.
way of planning ahead.
they know.
They're planning so far ahead that they have fucking White Plains, the next financial hub of New York, and nobody knows what's going on in White Plains.
Yo, White Plains, that's a quiet come up. White Plains is the quiet come up. When I was in high school, White Plains did not look like what it looks like now. It's way more like
Yeah, it's like Manhattan.
Metropolis.
It
It's
looks
the
like
new
Manhattan.
Metropolis. It's the new fucking Metropolis.
It's crazy.
It's scary, man.
The world's changing.
But hey, I personally can't wait to not have to live in a city. What? Somebody that's lived here their whole lives doesn't want to live here? Why? New York City is the best place on earth. Really? Because you've never fucking been here. Or if you've been here and you really believe that, fine. But at some point, I think it's not good for your mental health to not be able to like walk 20 minutes to a beach or walk 20 minutes to a mountain or walk 20 minutes. I'm not gonna lie, we do have the Bronx River, it's clean. But like, come on, the Hudson River is a mess. It's mad dirty. That does something to our mental health collectively. I think as people who live in a city, the fact that nature is not something that's super accessible. And then the argument, of course, is going to be, oh, but you have Prospect Park, and you have Van Cortlandt Park, and you have this, and you have that. Okay.
I want to park in my house.
Fucking know what I have. I want to be able to look out the window and fucking see something else, except besides buildings.
Yeah, like the point is like somebody in Kansas has
I'm going fucking crazy here.
a park behind their house.
Somebody
like,
in
I don't have to
Kansas has
go-
open, they could look at the sky. There's open sky. For you to get open sky, like open, you have to go to the beach in New York City. That's the only way. And even then, you know, but like to really get open full and not see any buildings or any fucking structures. Like you can't even go to Central Park and get that.
No.
Maybe you can get it at Prospect Park. I think you can. You can get it at Prospect Park. But even Van Cortlandt Park, you can't get. You will have to walk deep up there, up into Van Cortlandt now. And they made a trail. What was it called?
The Empire State Trail.
It goes all the way to Canada or some shit.
Yeah, it goes from
Yo, Van Cortlandt Park goes all the way to Canada now.
it goes from Battery Park to Canada to like Quebec or some shit, or to Buffalo too.
Wait a minute.
Like it's a whole trail that runs
From Van Cortlandt.
from Van Cortlandt.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
have a
like-
map and it shows you like a walking trail to get to Buffalo.
That's crazy.
Escape plans. They're building
I
escape
feel
plans.
like they built that as an escape.
They're building escape routes in New York.
They
Oh
building
my God.
escape routes. And fuck around, it only be for them.
Go get a bike now.
Word.
We gotta get on our survival game.
So if you need to escape New York, just jump on the Empire State Trail.
Yep.
There's an apocalypse happening or something.
Yup.
Just walk on the escape trail.
Yup.
I mean
That's
the
how
Empire
true
State
it
Trail.
is. That's how true it is. That's how true it is. You know what I'm saying? What was I saying? No, I want to just say to the listeners and the people who have friends and people they love, like, I know it's real trendy right now to be real sexy and wearing these crazy contour pants. Yo, today I saw some shorty walk by, like a Blanquita. We were in Gville. I'm gonna just say we was in Gville. We were in a very gentrified area of Brooklyn. Didn't feel like Brooklyn at all. I really did not know where I was at. I felt like I was somewhere else. But anyways, shorty had on some OD thin gray leggings with like, you know those contoured sweats now that they have that has the line under your butt cheek and then it has the line on your butt crack? They're like these like yoga pants. And I'm like, yo, you real safe walking with that over here. But I hope that even still, you feel safe. Somebody will catch you slipping and think that you soft and try to fuck you up. And you better be ready. To all the sexy bitches out there, to everybody that's like hot girl summer 24/7, I'm with it. But I really hope that you up in your what's it called? Your self-defense game.
Right.
Cause this shit is real out here. Anything can happen and is happening, and people are getting taken. Don't get it twisted. Like,
Yo, I'm sorry. That reminds me.
Go
that
ahead.
I just saw on the news that like in the train stations, crime has gone way up, way up, because the cops aren't going down there anymore. Like not as much because it's not 24/7 anymore. But mad homeless people and like there's too much crime going down there. That's crazy.
nah, it's like people don't got nowhere to go. These shelters is packed.
Right.
New York City got a real problem, man. The homelessness, like, damn, there's so many empty buildings or these
They
homeless
have a
people could be
solution.
housed.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They have a solution and they don't want to do it because they're not gonna get paid for it. I don't know.
I mean,
I
they
don't
can
know.
make money.
It's a lot of heavy. It's a lot of heavy stuff. I wanna definitely do a little positive vibes and shout out Moneybagg Yo for the #1 album.
Yeah, that's dope.
Billboard, that's fire.
He deserves it.
He does. He's put out mad music.
Yeah.
It's
He's
about time.
he's different from the artists. Like I like him. Like
Yeah.
he's more fun. It's just fun. He just has fun music. I
Yeah.
feel
He's got his own personality.
like he's an example of like you don't need something in music all the time, but it should also be good and fun.
Yeah.
Like he's not really providing any substance. Like, but sometimes in your music you don't really need substance.
But I'm gonna say I think his substance is a little. He's more like wise. He's like a wise person.
Yeah, he's like a wise hood person.
He says certain things as like, damn, bro, that's fucking real.
He has hood facts, like hood wisdom.
It's hood wisdom, like, and that shit is valid. Like,
No, yeah, hood wisdom is the best wisdom.
what's that line where he's like, if it don't make sense to me, that line.
Oh yeah,
Niggas ain't feeling my energy or some shit like that.
yeah.
But he's basically saying, like, look, if somebody switch up on me, I don't got the time to figure out what you're doing, so I'm
Worry
gonna clip
about
you right
energy.
there.
Yep.
That's wisdom. Clap it up for that. That's fire. Like, him saying that, he drops little gems in his verses.
Yeah.
Like, he could still be like, bitch, you played. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I think that song is funny, but at the same time, he'll drop some wisdom in there.
Facts.
She wanted to ride the Rover, but the Uber's close, so why? Just do the Uber. You just want to ride in the Rover, but you don't want to ride for me. You just want to ride in the expensive car.
Right.
All right, I ain't mad
Uber.
at you. It's
That's
not
true.
a stereotype to women. It's a stereotype to video vixens.
That's true.
So I'm not mad.
You played.
You know what I'm saying?
Played yourself.
Also, to be fair, I think I don't want to go down. We're gonna have to discuss
Oh my god.
KS another time. I'm not gonna get into it right now.
KS?
I'm not gonna get into it right now.
Who's KS?
But I need people. Don't worry about it. I need people to stop being obsessed with rich shit that has nothing to do with your life. Like, motherfuckers be so caught up in the fact that they're not rich and wealthy like everybody they see. Just live your life, bro. It's okay to be where you at. It's okay to make $40,000 a year or $30,000 a year. Granted, rent is expensive in New York City, but I'm saying in general, it's okay to like live below your means.
Who's KS?
Stop trying to do extra shit.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Stop trying to eat out all the time. Stop trying to always be in the club. Yo, save your fucking money and do something else, please. We all talking about the Birkins. Motherfuckers be having Louis Vuitton, and I'm like, you shouldn't even own that. Like, really? Louis Vuitton got some fucking $10,000 bags. Stop. What are we doing? Do those companies care about us? Oh, everybody was mad at Gucci, right? Everybody was mad at Gucci because Gucci racist, but Billie Eilish been wearing Gucci all this time and nobody's saying nothing.
Right.
Y'all all quiet now. Everybody quiet now. I don't know. Cancel culture picks and chooses.
Cancel me. Stop.
Cancel culture picks and chooses, and I really don't get it. I understand why some things need to get canceled.
Like R. Kelly.
R. Kelly is one of those people. But
Valid reason.
with him is like, you don't need to convince me to cancel that motherfucker. I'm good. I don't want anything to I'm good now. Like, you fucked up all the good songs that you made now. We can't even enjoy it. You damn.
Can we have like one song, 2 songs?
I mean, they're in our memory, right? Like the good times that we had at parties or at gatherings where R. Kelly was playing, Ignition, you know what I'm saying? Like
all
songs like that. But
we had
together. Right, like you got to vitamin C him. Like, sorry, bro. Like you kind of a weirdo.
It's fine. I haven't listened to R. Kelly music in like a while. I don't
No,
need
right,
it.
but like he's just an example.
Sad.
He's an example of where cancel culture goes right. But I think sometimes people be reaching to cancel people and it be for the clout. Like the other day I seen they trying to cancel Freddie Gibbs because Freddie Gibbs posted a video of somebody that was having a mental breakdown. I don't know any more details than that. I don't know if Freddie Gibbs was interacting with this person. I think it was like an employee at a place that they started like hitting themselves with a computer, and Freddie Gibbs was just taping it like, oh, da da da. I don't know what he was saying. I didn't see the video. I don't want to see it. A part of me doesn't care enough to go research any further. I just feel like as somebody who deals and has dealt with mental health struggles, I'll put it that way, I don't think it's healthy for people to participate in this like frenzy of finding the next thing to tear down. I don't think that's healthy for your mental health.
I was gonna say, like, I feel like cancel culture is a primarily young thing or something, because like anybody who was like in elementary or high school back in the day, like we all canceled. Like, I think I'm safe to say that. Like, there's just shit like we was joking with our friends about that is gonna get us canceled. Like, that's just the way shit was. Like,
Yep. Depending on where you grew up, yeah.
people made gay jokes, people made racist jokes. Like,
I mean, that's all we knew at the time.
but it was just you snapping on your friends. It wasn't like I'm gonna get canceled. Like,
Yeah.
if you went to a high school and you was a Spanish kid from the Bronx, the black people were gonna make fun of you for being Spanish, and then you was gonna make fun of them for black things. And it wasn't racist. It was just y'all friends and y'all snapping on each other.
Yeah.
But now it's like, oh, you're racist. You're canceled. Like, you said something. You called him big lips, and it's like, oh shit, you said that in high school? You called somebody they have big lips because of they're black? It was like, no, I was snapping on him because he said something about me being Spanish.
Right.
And we was just joking back and forth. But people won't get that nowadays. Now
Yeah,
it's
I
just
don't
seen
think-
from a like, it's just one view. It's myopic. It's like, you can't say things like that.
Yeah, I think it's like you also got people that didn't grow up in diverse environments. You got people that grew up with money, that grew up differently than we did. Very different upbringings.
Facts.
So like they gonna look at the way we was like, why you think so many people, you know what I'm saying, from low income communities feel the need to use their white voice in an interview?
Yeah.
Why? Because it's us is associated with, you know, oh, they live in this dirty town, in this dirty neighborhood. Like it's so dirty. They're like uneducated. They're this, they're that, right? And that's where that whole white voice shit comes in. That's where that whole I gotta flip. I gotta turn on
cancel
this
culture
other.
is like the white people like overcompensating for their whiteness.
I feel it's like the educated. It's like the educated middle upper class white people. Them. It's them.
Yeah, it's like overcompensating. It's like
They're overcompensating. Yeah, they're like overcompensating for what they feel
self-guilt
their
or
ancestors
whatever.
have done, and
Yeah, it's
not
like-
what they feel, what their ancestors did. They're overcompensating with it. They don't know how to heal, and there goes my point. Mental
And
health,
I think some of it comes
mental
from
wellness.
like some of it comes from like, oh, we can't do that, so it's bad, and y'all shouldn't have done that.
There's also that.
It's like it's different. It's just all different. Everything's just different.
There's
The
also
world's
that.
different. Everybody has different ways of being in different parts of the world.
Yeah, 100%.
We're gonna act a different way in the Bronx than somebody from California or Puerto
Not
Rico's
like
gonna act.
Latinos in Puerto Rico are very different than the Latinos in New York. The Boricuas in Puerto Rico are different from the Boricuas in New York.
Yeah, right. It's true.
But if you don't know Boricuas, you're gonna think all Puerto Rican people are the same, all Spanish people are the same. No. It's so many different countries in Latin America. There's so many different countries in Africa. There's mad ways to be black. I'ma get canceled. Y'all could cancel me. There's so many different ways to show that you're black and be proud of your ancestry. There's not just one way. So when motherfuckers be like, do it for the culture, which culture you talking about? Black culture, Latino culture, hip hop culture, which has been co-opted and is like some other shit now. What are we really talking about? And we don't have time to get into this today. I definitely want to talk more about this next time. The world is bigger than the internet. The internet is a beautiful tool. Use it to communicate. Use it to meet people that you feel you can connect with. But do not get stuck in an echo chamber where you're only talking to people that only agree with you. You gotta expand your world. To succeed in this life, you need to be able to speak with people that you don't agree with everything with them. You need to learn how to not be a chameleon and be fake, but you gotta move. Eventually, you gotta move away from what you're used to, away from what's comfortable to grow. The internet is dope, is a tool. Don't get sucked in. This has been another episode of The Winds of Change.
That was a nice ending. Very professional.